What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got some Burning Abyss tools for you guys to check out. It is a little bit of a sleeper pick going under the radar. If you guys don't know, there was a Burning Abyss build that actually made it to the top cut at the UDS. While it was an Orcus build, I actually think that Burning Abyss can be a pretty significant contender if you're playing a blind go second build. I feel like the deck does have a lot of plays, especially just because Blood Dragon is such a an amazing card for Burning Abyss. I feel like it is kind of now the cornerstone of the deck, although that has kind of been shifting a lot of recent times. Burning Abyss we know has maximum adaptability, and I do believe Burning Abyss can blind second effectively with maybe just like Nibiru or a couple more other like really impactful hand traps, something like Gamma. I think Nibiru is probably like the best one, but this is actually hand trapless Burning Abyss. So he's going to go second against some meta decks. The first one being a Crusadia Guard Dragon build. I think there are some Thunder Dragon monsters in here as well. He's going to make a pretty decent turn one board. It's not going to be the greatest turn one board. I won't lie to you guys and say this was the greatest turn one board I've ever seen, but obviously since he has Draco, since he has now activated a Thunder monster in hand, he should be able to not only go for Guard Dragon plays, but once he's done with the Guard Dragons, obviously he can drop Colossus as well. Colossus does basically nothing to Burning Abyss because you do not search in the deck. Like Skarm is something that's kind of like Burning Abyss players don't really rely on it anymore. So you can see he does end on, I guess you could say, a 4 disruption type board. It's not 4 negates, definitely. And he didn't take a card out of his hand. With Chaos Dragon Levineer, maybe that would have changed things, but obviously he has the Heavenly Spears, he has Borreload Savage Dragon as a negation, he also has Hot Red Dragon Arching Abyss, and then he has Thunder Dragon Colossus, which is difficult to kill. And again, his opponent doesn't have any type of hand, he didn't use hand traps or anything like that, no Sekka's Light for the extra card, he's just doing this like with his opening hand. So Heavenly Spears is used on the tour guide. Problem is, and I think that he would have thought this guy's not going to have any natural extenders, but it looks like these blind second Burning Abyss monster or Burning Abyss builds are playing some of the cards very similar to like Salamangreat. You just play these level 3s that can be arbitrarily special summon, Psychic Wheeler, Psychic Tracker. These cards, you just special summon them out of your hand. So he's going for some pops, okay. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss is going to be used. He says, no problem. I got more extenders by the way of danger monsters. He's going to negate the Graph so that he doesn't get another card. I think he was afraid of Farfa just being summoned from the deck and banishing one of his cards anyway, so that's why he negated. He's going to go into Cerberus. That's going to take out the Borreload Savage Dragon. Now he will be able to dump the, was that a Fluffle? No, that's an Edgeham Sabrus to the graveyard. He goes for Nightmare Unicorn, gets rid of Colossus. That probably would have been the most difficult thing. Now he goes for Topologic Bomber Dragon and summons the Blot Dragon back from the graveyard, thus nuking the board, and the Thunder Dragon player's field has basically been broken. Now he does still have a couple of plays here. Let's see what he goes for. Okay, BLS Link Monster. I thought it was weird that after running over the Blot Dragon, he did not banish the Topologic Bomber Dragon. You can say that that was maybe troll. I feel like it was troll because it's not like the Blot Dragon is gone anywhere. He could just summon it back from the graveyard during the next turn. So that was a little weird that he didn't do that, but we'll see if it ends up biting him in the butt. I'm thinking that it probably will as he goes for Boiled Sword Dragon. And immediately he's definitely like rethinking his his plays here. He's like, that's when I know, Cap, that I done fucked up. So he's gonna end up getting that loss right there. Second door is going to be against Orcus. Orcus going first, and it's not also going to be like the strongest Orcus board. Usually I'm used to seeing like Galatea and Dingirsu and at least maybe like an Orchestrated Nightmare or Galatea activating one time in the first turn. I kind of feel like needs to be expected. Well, you know what? Actually, I guess I'm lying. For some reason I thought that he didn't activate Galatea, but he did. He got Orchestrated Babel. He just didn't get the counter trap. But don't you have to go for Dingirsu if you're going for that play then? Because if you're not going for Dingirsu, then you're not getting that extra disruption. I mean, I know it's nowhere near as broken as it was when fucking Bardiche was a thing, but yeah, I feel like Time Thief Redoer is okay here. Maybe Abyss Dweller would have been better, honestly, but he's blind, like he's blinding into, like he doesn't know what he's playing against, so I guess it, you know, he doesn't really know what he's what he's dealing with here. Now, he actually did open with that copy of Sekka's Light, and that's going to pay dividends. And again, against not having to deal with the Abyss Dweller. If he had Abyss Dweller, maybe this whole duel changes. Once again, somebody taking the bait on the Tour Guide. He still has 6 cards in hand. I don't think you can use your negation on the Tour Guide if your opponent has 6 cards in hand, because he just has those extenders. This time, he's just going to go for some link plays, gets rid of the copy of Orchestrated Babel immediately. Then he goes for the Nightmare Unicorn, and basically the board is broken. Edge Imp Sabers goes into Dante. Dante is always showing up for the party, fashionably late. He's going to go ahead and banish the copy of Orcus Nightmare. Now he has the Crusadia Astrum on field. Summon Block Dragon. You're always looking to summon Block Dragon while you're playing this build, and then he gets some massive damage in. Now his opponent does make a serious troll mistake here. He gets rid of the copy of that was the Block Dragon, and I'm fine with that, but I don't really get why. So he's going to go into Dingirsu. That's not troll at all. I think Dingirsu is the right play, but what I don't really get here is, why didn't he just go ahead and get this off the field while he has the opportunity? So the thing about Astrum is, your opponent, when you link summon it, they can't, target it for like effects and whatnot. However, we all know Dingirsu does not target, so I have no idea. Yes, he would have had a card shuffled back into his deck, but honestly, I think that's just the cost that you have to pay to get rid of this card, which is like quite difficult to get rid of. So I feel like he should have, instead of attaching something like, forget that noise, man, just go ahead, get rid of the Dingirsu. I guess can he still summon it right now? I mean, Dingirsu just requires like an Orcus Might. He could still summon it right now. Like, seriously, I don't know what he's doing. He goes for Borrelsword Dragon. He forgets that this card has an effect. Borrelsword Dragon about to get cucked right here. He thinks he's activating the effect. No, you are not activating the effect, because Astrum says, bitch, please, I got more effects in the damage step than you, and I'm 6,000 while you are a putrid 4,500. He ends up losing the duel. Yeah, he had opportunities to make Dingirsu and get the Astrum off field. I'm not saying it would have won him the game, but he would have been in a hell of a better position just losing one card, probably one of his link monsters, than just, making Borrelsword and trying to swing into Astrum, which obviously is unsuccessful. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that duel. Actually, let me show you guys the deck right quick. Alright, so this is what the deck list looks like on paper, and yeah, there's a surprisingly low amount of Burning Abyss monsters in this deck. I guess you can barely call it Burning Abyss, although there are, I guess, 4. I totally forgot about Cherubini. 4 Burning Abyss monsters in the extra deck. We're still counting Beatrice as a damn Burning Abyss monster, but you can just see relatively small BA package. I mean, really, you could just kind of say Fiendish Rhino Warrior is a Burning Abyss card. I don't know why they didn't just make this an official BA card in name. It just would have been kind of, I don't know, nice for sentimental Burning Abyss players. But there are so many level 3 extenders and so many good level 3 monsters in here. Everything from Gillosaurus to, obviously, Gallus. You have the Savage Strike cards, the Psychic level 3s. You even have a card that I've seen Salamangreat players running, Sea Archiver. This is a card that was always, like, it always had potential in decks that could link summon and also Xyz summon into rank 3s. Salamangreat specifically always had potential in it. People play this in like marine sets, but the thing was, it was just unnecessary with like all the Salamangreat cards at 3. But yeah, you can play it in Burning Abyss, and obviously like the dangers are just excellent cards. You're not going to really run a lot of the high level danger monsters because you would not be able to actually Xyz summon with those cards. Now, I did make one mistake. He did play, or just play one hand trap, and it is a level 3 monster. It's Ash Blossom, probably the most universal hand trap, a card that, hypothetically, if you were in a terrible position, you could actually normal summon to get yourself into Dante or into Cherubini if you're really, really desperate, and you just need a level 3 on field for one of your level 3 extenders, and you can't commit that normal summon. You have to use your normal summon for Ash Blossom or something like that. I do believe that this can easily be changed out for something like Nibiru, because it is such a ridiculously high ceiling and just impactful card, going second against the Break My Board decks. And then if you're obviously in a position where you draw Nibiru as your 6th card, but you have Sekka's Light, you can just put the Nibiru back in your deck, whether your opponent negates the copy of Sekka's Light or not. As long as they don't banish it with like Orchestrated Crescendo, then you can tag Nibiru back in your deck and get like a fresh card. So yep, Burning Abyss definitely making its way back onto onto the map. I guess time will tell and the YCSs will tell if it's going to be Ghost Second Burning Abyss with Sekka, or if it'll be Orcus Burning Abyss that reigns supreme. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos. Subscribing makes life happy.